He probably wants another bottle, babe.
I don't know where it's at.
It's in the bed with him.
I looked.
He probably wants another bottle, babe. It's in the bed with him. I'm. It's not what I wanted to hear. There we go. I got it now. Okay, so I'll let Toddy talk to y'all for a minute. Sorry about the delay. I got screenshots.
I already got it fixed.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. But anyway, we almost forgot our life tonight between the two of us. We apologize about that. Just been kind of hectic. Teddy went and signed the rest of his paperwork the other day to go back to school. So pretty much it's just waiting to see if it's approved and waiting on the date that he's supposed to start, which will be what they said, the 19th.
The 19th.
So they'll be starting then, most likely. Still looking for a place. Not much luck because everything's over what we can afford. Especially in today's economy with everything just being sky high. Still looking for a job. That one, I don't know. People are just not hiring like they say they are or something. But that's okay. We'll find a way to manage. I did have a topic I wanted to talk about tonight, but I went and done forgot about it. I guess I should write it down or something. Trying to think. I have it all planned out and now forget. I hate that. I guess I need to write my ideas down or something. So a lot of people may not see this till later because of the fact that we set our live up late. We do apologize, and I know a lot of people are on the road to I believe it's the Pinecone Fest. I think. Not positive. So I know there's been lives off and on for that because people are traveling. They're doing lives on the way to the Pinecone Fest. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I don't know what I was going to talk about now. Just so that y'all know, I'll be adding shampoo and laundry detergent to my list of soaps and stuff that you can get. I made some laundry detergent for us today. That way we don't have to go to the store constantly and back and forth because we do a lot of laundry, especially with the little one spitting up on himself and things like that. So that should save us a little bit of money there. It's just doing the homemade laundry soap. But I'll be adding it to my list, and I'm currently doing some research on how to do our own shampoos. That way we'll save money on that too. You don't have to buy that as often as you do laundry detergent, but it's still a way to save money. So stuff like that I can make, I'm trying to do. Been doing this. I haven't sold any soaps, not much anyway. A friend of mine bought some about a week or two ago. But I'm not giving up. I'm not nothing fancy, but I ain't. How do I put it? but it's something. It's and just so you know too, Teddy's gonna have to go probably about 9 o'clock. He's got a phone call he's supposed to make for his schooling, and he was told to call about 9 o'clock. So if he suddenly gets up and leaves, we apologize. It's just like I said, he has to go make a phone call then. I guess Pooch is still going, apparently. You know how I guess they get to rambling sometimes. But that's okay, we'll have our nights where, nobody comments. That's quite all right. I just gotta keep topics up so we don't get too bored, I guess. Little man's already down. Surprisingly, today he was pretty good. Normally he fusses when I start to cook. This evening he was completely quiet, and he just entertained himself while I was cooking tonight. Normally I have to stop several times because he's fussing. And generally he likes to sit there and watch in the kitchen with me. But I don't sit him too close to the stove because of the fact that he might get popped by grease, or in case I knock a pan off or something, that way he's not getting hurt. So I set him on the other side of the kitchen where he can't get hurt if he's in there with me. But he stayed in the living room the entire time tonight and just enjoyed himself and being a good boy. Not that he's not normally a good boy, because he is. There's certain times he likes to fuss, like when I'm cooking. And so that's okay. Kids have their time when they want mama and time when they don't. We did put out a new video, a few days ago. I know it's after Memorial Day weekend. I think it was the Tuesday after Memorial Day is when we put it out. I know it's different. Some of our video for that one did not turn out. For some reason, it would not load from the SD card that was in my camera to the computer. So I was not able to put it in with the pictures and what little video did load. And I was working with a new software on the computer itself. So I'm still learning with that one. So it was edited differently. And of course we didn't have any sound because most of it was pictures, and then what little video we did have on there, it was mostly all you could hear was the train going down the track. And we have a train show coming up in October that we're going to try to go to. See if we can't record that for y'all to kind of show y'all what it's like for those of you who don't know or may want to know. And I believe in my I explained that we do that sometimes. Yeah, it's not the main part of our show, or our channel, should I say. And we're going to, when it's dragging out so long with the moving and stuff, we're going to try to get back to recording every so often to put stuff up. I just don't know how often and when. And we might be having to change our live nights to live days instead. Well, no. Shoot, we might have to do it late nights or something like that.
It might be just you.
We're not sure how this works on Mark yet, because if he goes back to school and I work nights, then it's going to be a little more complicated to do a live. And I might have to do days instead of nights and find a time to do it during the day, if possible. We don't know just yet. I'm looking into a place to see if they have any openings. I just haven't heard back yet. So, and if they do, then I'll fill out their application, or however they do it. Sometimes they'll go straight to an interview. So if that's the case, then we'll do that. I'm just waiting to hear back from it to find out for sure. But that might be my only option really, is to work nights. Men's the day jobs don't tend to want to work with my son's doctor's appointments. It's like, I say doctor's appointments, they go, oops, nope. Or they just flat out didn't be able to get back with me at all. So in that perspective, you could say, yes, I'm having trouble finding a job. I got to find some time to figure out how to post my suits on Etsy or something like it. I believe I have some on Wix.com, but I'm not exactly sure how that one works on y'all's end. I'll have to look at it again. I'll have to figure out shipping and stuff, how to figure out shipping costs and stuff like that. So that's a new one, but it was one of the ones that was available. So I'll see. That's okay, Piggy. We know you guys were in a conversation over there. Sorry we had to leave. But us already being scheduled, I had to leave it myself, so I apologize for that. So we understand, and with things like he's gone through, it can be emotional, and sorry it happened to him. Yes, Piggy. Yeah, not normally. They have a couple of times though. This is one of the few times that they've actually ran over. But I understand they had a guest, and they're trying to get all the facts, and that's quite all right. They'll be here when they're ready. So, but when they're ready, they probably forgot. They just like us. I almost forgot to schedule one. That's why I scheduled one so late. It's like, oh crap, when I realized what day it was. And I'm still learning the StreamYard on my computer, so that's why the screen was black for a while, because it doesn't pop up for you to see it like on your phone. Yes, Piggy, that is. And even Teddy's got his story, and I have mine, and it's different from everybody else's, but the same in a way. It might be same as Gary's or same as yours, or in a way, no, but it's different from others in a way. I don't know how to really explain that. It's similarities, I guess. There's similarities to things that have happened to everybody, whether it's just similar to one person or everybody, it's themselves. Unfortunately, mine was not as disheartening as Gary's is. Maybe one of these days I'll explain it. But and if Teddy feels like he wants to explain his one of these days, he'll explain when he's ready. But I'm not going to force it out of him. So, a lot of people don't know each person's background unless you've known them for years and years and years. Or grown up with them, basically. So I don't presume to know everything that's happened to everybody here. But I mean, I'll lend a listening ear if somebody wants to talk. But I'm trying to figure this out. I don't have much of a voice right now. My allergies have been acting up. Even little man's was acting up earlier. I could tell. Yes, Piggy, that is true. And my issue is that I feel like I've had to deal with it myself and fight it myself. So that's why I don't reveal a lot about myself. But, I'm realizing, though, that there are ways that my husband can help. So I'm learning that, we're a team and not just me and not just him. And if he's having an issue, I try to help him the best I can. Yeah. Mine's not nothing compared to what Pretty shows on hers. Mine's very, very mild. So I just tend to look past it, I guess, and just go on. But my scars are not as deep as others. I mean, I'm definitely no not as poor Gary's. He was doing all but break down and cry. And I wish there was a way I could help or learn how to help. I know we're still on the new side of things with our channel. But everybody deserves a listening ear when it comes to problems they have. And I know sugarcoating does not help one bit, but being cruel doesn't help either. You can not sugarcoat things, but not be cruel either when you explain something to somebody. I mean, I know I can be very forward in a way when somebody that knows me real well says something or does something. But yes, because that's another thing. I mean, you have to trust the person you're talking to, because there are some people that you'll talk to and they'll just blab it to the whole world, and they may not want the whole world to know. So that's, when somebody's asking me something, I'll be like, that's not my place to say. If they want to tell you, that's going to be on them. It's going to be on their time when they're ready to tell you. Because that's why when people tell me stuff, I don't tell nobody else, because of the fact that they're trusting you to be just the listening ear in a way, not a motor mouth, and just say, guess what, so and so's had this happen or doing this or that. I mean, that's not what they're talking to you for. So yes, you do have to be really careful about who you talk to about certain things. But I also know that talking about certain things too can help. I'm sorry if I just stop, because I'm trying to stop and think, but I don't want to repeat myself like I do a lot of times, because I'll be like, I'm going to say the same thing again. Yes, Piggy, and you should trust your spouse the most. But in a way, with Teddy, I love him to death, but I can explain something, I'm pretty frustrated about something, and then it just frustrates him. And so I try to avoid just talking to him about every single thing, because I don't want to stress him out. Because he's likely to go, hello, Joy, and welcome in. He could go into another Caesar episode like he had once. So I tried to avoid stressing him. Just in case, because I mean that when he had his episode, it did scare me, and that's probably the second time I thought I was going to lose him. Once when he had his motorcycle wreck right in front of me, and then when he had his episode, and the doctor said it was because of stress. So I if I can avoid being the one stressing out, I do it. Just for his sake, and both of our sakes, really. I know our lives are different than most people's. Some are more serious, some are more funny. And I'm still trying to find topics to talk about. But I mean, I did give y'all a little bit of a rundown of what's happening with the move and stuff for now. You got about 30 minutes before you call, bud.
Baby, I'm watching the time myself.
Okay. I just don't want you to forget. Normally he doesn't call anybody this late, because of the fact that they're generally winding up to get ready for sleep. But he was told to call back at 9, because this person would not be available till 9 o'clock. So that's why. Because he was in the middle of middle of something, so um, God, I wish I wish I could find something. Maybe so picky. I'm not generally used to being in front of a camera and being able to talk. Now, if you're sitting in the same room or on the phone with me, yeah, I could probably keep a better conversation with everybody and think of more things to say. But I don't know, maybe it's nerves and being in front of the camera or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting next to the person when we were young and the schoolwork down. They kind of, news came out and he's like, yes, Joya, we are. I'm just kind of sitting next to the man who, had an interview with after schoolwork down here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking he was kind of excited and went, the school's on fire. And then I had a big old long conversation about it with the news crew.
And plus, I was on the newspaper and everything like that.
So yeah, he's a little bit better with that, being in front of the camera and stuff than I am.
Yeah, that's when I was younger. Now, when I got older, now I just like to have fun and photo. Be behind them and do some kind of prank on them.
Yeah, he's a prankster. He'll even get me from time to time. He tried here a while back. He tried some kind of poppers to the cabinet where we have our extra paper towels and stuff. And I knew something was up because he got impatient and was like, "Babe, can you go get some paper towels, please?" I saw that kind of threw a flag at me, and I was like, "We heard you guys like." He's like, "Can you please just go get some?" And the funny thing is, I had seen it, and it's like, no, because I knew what it was gonna do. And he's like, please, please. And I was like, fine. He's like, just to amuse me. So I go over there and I pull the cabinet open. Nothing. I guess it was too old or something.
No, it would work. You just pulled too slow.
Did it pop on you afterwards?
Uh-huh.
So it basically backfired on him. He was supposed to get me, but it got him instead. So yeah, he can be a bit of a prankster sometimes. But the thing is, he kind of, in a way, alerted me to it, not realizing he had done that. But you're probably right, Piggy. It probably would be great content. Problem is getting to record it while you're pulling a prank on them. Okay, clickbait. I guess I'm not familiar with that term.
Like getting clickbait, meaning it's like it's backfires.
I
think.
Okay, so maybe that's what it means. But yeah, it did backfire on him. He's already jumpy as it is. I can walk in the room and I scare him. Not intentionally. I believe I did that, yesterday sometime? No. Back to the room.
Yeah, and I was fixing to walk out of the door and I didn't know she was coming, so I jumped.
Yeah, I went in there to come.
I'm real bad jumpy.
Yeah. Okay. Something catchy that gets people's curiosity up and want to see what it's about. But yeah, he was upset that it didn't work on me. But it was kind of funny to see it get him though. But yeah, I had scared him. He was walking out of the room, and I was walking back there, and all of a sudden he jumps. I was like, I didn't mean to. I was just walking back there like I normally do. So he's extremely jumping. Okay. Okay, so
Thank you, Piggy.
that breaks
That's
it
something
down.
I was trying to explain it, but you got the words right out of my mouth by saying that, Piggy.
Yep. So that explains it a little bit better than what I had. But so for those of you who are um, interested, I mean, I don't have any shampoos right now made, but I'm going to be adding them. I'm doing the research on them because there's different kinds for different hair types and stuff like that. So I'm doing some research and stuff about the ingredients and stuff for, like I said, different types of people's hair, so that yeah, YouTube is very versatile. I will say that, very versatile. You can find just about anything on there. Hello, Scott. Welcome in.
And we just subscribed to you just now, Scott.
Okay. I've
And I just noticed that you subscribed to us. Thank you. And we just returned the favor to you, Scott.
We appreciate it. We might be a slow growing channel, but we'll get there one of these days. I guess when the channel's ready, and I'm not so boring. um, but yeah, for those of you who are also interested in finding my soaps that I have already available, um, you can go to, I guess I'm gonna have to change the name because nobody's finding it. I guess it's Cook Family Homestead. Um, and there's a page that I have for it on Facebook. Um, and I believe I posted it on Pooch's page that he has. Um, so if you see that floating around on Facebook, it's me. I'm just letting people know that I do have stuff available, and if you don't see something you want, like a certain smell or something that's not available that you want, I probably have it, and if not, I can probably find it, and I'll give you a heads up if I don't have it, and let you know. Say, hey, I don't have this one, but I can't. I'll have to look for it to find it. It might be a little bit. Yes, Piggy. You do have to be sure to watch and like and comment for videos to for subs to stick. Yes. And I think that's why the channels go up and down too. Is they'll sub, or they'll have 2 or 3 pages that they uh, sub with, and then they only watch one. Well, Scott, that's why I'm in the process of putting it up elsewhere so that other people like you can get to it, for the people that don't do Facebook. Or you can email me if you would like, if you're interested. It's in our About page right here on Facebook. You can email me about it and ask You can ask me questions if you want to do it that way too. You're more than welcome to. More than welcome to. But if it's something I don't have, I'll generally let you know that it's not available at this time, and that it'll be a while before I can get it. If that's the case, if I have it, then I'll say, okay, then I'll be like, okay, I've got it, and I'll have it to you soon, because I don't know exactly when I'm going to get to it, because my first priority is being a mother. So there's days that little man, he just don't want to leave mama's side. That's all he wants. He's a little bit rotten sometimes. But what kid isn't? So yeah, that's the ways you can find it right now is through the Facebook. If you don't do Facebook, you can email me, and I can let you know that way. And then like I said, I have a few posted on Wix.com, I believe. But depending on the size of the scrubs will depend on the price. Just because of the fact that it's more material put into it. That's why some people like the smaller jars, and some people like a medium size, and then some people like the larger jars, which is fine. Everybody has a preference. But those are the ways that you can find it right now. And then as soon as I get done with my research for the shampoos, I will start, and of course, getting the ingredients for it. I'll start posting those. I haven't worked on any children's quilts just yet because I'm trying to finish a crocheted baby blanket that I had started for my son when I was pregnant with him. And then the morning sickness just kind of got to me, and I then moved in stuff. I forgot about it for a while, not meaning to. So I'm trying to finish that first before I start anything else like that. But I do try and keep enough soap and stuff on stock for people. I mean, not keep a whole lot, just for the simple fact that the place we're living in is not very big and doesn't have a lot of storage. So I don't have a place that I can store a whole lot. But so yeah, I gotta organize it better or something, because I know it's kind of getting messy over there. That and my candles. I do have a few. I think I got three candles available. But like I said, if I don't have it on hand already made, it doesn't take long to make it unless it's the lye. The lye takes the longest because it has to cure. But I try to keep some on hand so that it's available and ready for people who are interested. My husband uses my soap. He's been bugging me to make more, actually. So I gotta make him some. And then I think a few of my family members use it. So, but so that's where I am with that. But like I said, I'm doing research first before I just put something together and say, here you go, here's so I don't want to have no allergic reactions. I'll have to find a way to label everything with the ingredients on it, just in case somebody's allergic to certain kinds of oils or something. But most of them are, everything I've seen are basically all natural. I know there's certainly certain laundry detergent that I cannot use for the simple fact that it breaks me out and makes me itch. I get a rash and I start itching real bad, and it's like an uncontrollable itch. So I have to be careful with the laundry detergents that I use. So I stick with the one that I knew I could use from the store. But like I said earlier today, I made our own homemade laundry detergent, so that we don't have to do that, because little man's kind of he picked up all my eczema, so certain things irritate it. He's already had eczema flare-ups because of it. So I have to be careful what I use on him as well. Because if it breaks me out, it most likely break him out. And I noticed the heat kind of makes it a little worse too, which is odd because mine flares up during the cold. Like this winter, my hands are going to completely dry out and break and crack and bleed. That's what they normally do. So I kind of have to keep them moisturized as best as I can, just so they don't do that. But then again, I kind of have to be careful what I use. Excuse me. It's kind of funny too. Earlier tonight, little man was sitting on my stomach, and then all of a sudden he pooted, and he looked down at himself, and I've never seen him do that, because normally when he poots he don't he don't do that, but he I guess it was a little louder. It was a little louder than he normally does, so he I guess that's probably why he looked down at himself like, heck. That just come from me kind of look on his face. I couldn't help it. I cracked up laughing so hard. But, the silly things young ones do, that that kind of gives you a run of how you can find my soaps. Etsy's a little more complicated to set up, so I'm still working on that one as far as the soaps go. So you can find it in one of the three ways that I had mentioned. Well, find it two specific ways, should I say. It's the Wix.com, and that's Wix.com. And then our Facebook page at Cook Family Homesteading. And then you can email, which you can find that in the About page. Because I know not everybody does Facebook, as Scott mentioned earlier, and that's fine. Not everybody does. Everybody has their preference, and that's fine. But for those who are interested, that's how you can find it. I got 2 more minutes, baby.
Okay.
It's 10:47 or 8:47. So he's gonna step out and get ready for his phone call here in a few minutes. So I apologize for him leaving. He may be back after his. Don't forget to ask what time, babe. But so that's why he's stepping out. Well, it's better to go ahead and get ready. And, not as many as people in here tonight. I'll see that I have 2. It says 2 watchers. But there's probably more, and it's just not updated or something, which is fine. It's just 2. How did you, JB Conway? Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. Um, kind of backtrack. I believe our last live we had 6 people. That's okay. It varies. I know a lot of people are headed to the I think Pinecone Fest in Kentucky. So they're it's probably why the viewers are less tonight as far as channels, and it's most, excuse me, what was I saying before I rudely interrupted myself? Oh yeah, they're most of them are headed for the to the Pinecone Fest in Kentucky. Wish them safe travels, and I hope they uh, I know, Piggy, I didn't mean to. As I said, I rudely interrupted myself. Izzy, stop that. Sorry, she's hitting the deal my computer's sitting on and knocking it over. She's laying against it. It's my dog. Those of you who don't know, she's actually the one that got hit by a car, and one of the rare occasions that they actually make it. I know, Biggie. I know. If it wasn't you, it would have been Teddy. So I guess you're just doing it for Teddy then. But yeah, she's the one that got hit by the car, and luckily she made it. Some of you have heard that story, and some of you may have not. Uh, yeah, I figure you'd be surprised what he does. But I still love Honoring Man though. I wouldn't trade him. I'm kind of one of those. I'm not the jealous type. I'm just protective of what's mine. So yeah, if another girl comes after him and wants to flirt with him or something, yeah, there's gonna be consequences. Put it that way. You may or may not be Piggy, but he does like his jokes, and he does like his pranks. Sometimes I can't even tell that he's messing with me. Dang it, there I go again. It really interrupted myself again. I know, Piggy. Quit that. But I guess I'm a little more tired tonight than I generally am at this time, because I have not been sleeping good at all. I've been up most of the night. Well, I'm sure Aileen will defend what's hers. That's the thing. Yes, JB Conway, he is good at poking fun. But yeah, I'm not the kind that's gonna sit by and just watch. I'm gonna say something to him or give him a look. And I hate to say it, but I might be the one that lands himself in jail over it too. No, I hope that's not the case. But just people nowadays, they don't care if you belong to somebody or not. They're gonna try. But and then if I just tell them flat out if they try anything. I just flat out tell them, I'm like, nope, back off. I'm taken. I bet she does, Piggy. I bet she does. Well, my grandmother was that way. Do something to get ourselves in trouble, and all my grandma had to do is give us one look. We all were quiet and behaved because we knew that grandma was going to get us. JB Conway, you're going to get him riled up, poking him like that. And then sometimes looks won't stop people either. Sometimes it has to be words or actions, but it's sad to say. But and it's some people might call it jealousy, but it's only jealousy if you're dating, because you ain't completely theirs. You got the license that says that, hey, this person's mine, or you got a ring that says, hey, this person's mine. Then yeah, you're being protective. You're being territorial. And at least that's the way I look at it. Yes, Jimmy, he is. But what about the rest of us? Well, I guess he shouldn't have irritated her, because and some women are more intimidating. I mean, they look at me and think, yeah, she's a pushover. I've actually shocked a few people because, like I said, I can be very straightforward at times. But it's just the way I am. I don't sugarcoat it. I'll tell you straight up. I made people mad because of it too, but I'm not going to lie to them about it and sugarcoat things. It is what it is. Like, I was working with a girl one time, and the guy that she was with he was no good. No good at all. I mean, he wouldn't even take care of his own kids. I hated it for the kids' sake, but he was bringing her down. So I just straight up told him, I said, get rid of him because of it. Because if the person brings you down along with them when you're trying to do good, then you don't need people like that. Well, yeah, there's some places, some people can't straighten out, and the same person. I mean, she eventually dumped the guy and got rid of him, so she took at least that advice. But as far as doing certain things to straighten up to keep her job and things, she just didn't want to straighten out because she was, I guess she liked being that way, but she can't keep a job. And I told her, I said, you're not going to be able to keep a job keeping doing this. You're going to get yourself fired. And she didn't really believe me, and she did. Yes, it does take some people longer to learn, and with Teddy's difference, it takes him longer to learn. That's why I have to be a little more patient with him, even though it can be irritating sometimes, harping on the same things. Like helping with laundry or cleaning the room. But doesn't mean I love him any less. But people learn at their own pace. Some people, and Eileen probably had a good reason for not liking him. Yes, JB Conway, they do. And one of the people that yes, Piggy, yes, he does. And you're right. I love Fred Blum. Glad you can make it in. Yeah, I mean, you just basically have to pay attention to their actions and their kind of stand back and watch. And it's one thing Teddy's actually good at. He can tell you whether somebody's decent or not. One of our friends, I met him through work, and we had some things in common. I started talking to him a little bit, as a friend. And one day when Teddy came to pick me up from work, I literally flat out told him, I said, Teddy, you've got to meet him. I said, you'll like him. Hello, Tish. Welcome in. It's okay, Pooch. We understand. You know they had that pre-scheduled and ran a little bit longer than you thought. It happens sometimes. But it turns out after Teddy got to talking to him, because at first he's like I don't really like him, and then he got to talking to him and was like, okay, this guy and we got some stuff in common, and now they talk. So in a way that kind of gave him somebody to talk to and a friend, but I'm glad he did, because he's very careful. Like I said, you just kind of have to watch how people are, their movements. Yes, Tish, it was very moving. And and people do need to talk about their past experiences, because it may help somebody else along the road. Gary's story tonight might help somebody that was watching it. We don't know. That's why, in a way, your show is very important, because it can help others. And I'm still working on a friend of mine. She kind of one of those what comes up with excuses. She'll say one thing and then she'll come up with an excuse. Like, I've been trying to get her to come out and see me for a while, and she'll come up with excuses. I think it's because she's afraid, in a way, because she's used to her town, and that's okay. She may come around eventually. It means I'll stop talking to her. And hopefully Gary got some closure tonight. Hopefully. So I'll be praying as well that he can get some closure on that, and let some of that heartache go. Because that's not good for anybody to hold that much heartache. It's really not. Teddy's on the phone right now. That's why he's not sitting here with me. For those of you who just joined, he had a pre-scheduled phone call he had to make. Now, JB Conway, I doubt you're a freak. You're just different, but everybody's different in their own way. I mean, I'll straight up call myself crazy or weird because I know I am. But I'm different. I'm not the same as you. Everybody's different. And with what they call disabilities, I don't call them disabilities. I call it differences. Because really, it's just a difference in a way, like with Teddy and me. He has high functioning autism, so his brain doesn't work the same as yours and mine. His brain is wired differently. So why call it anything other than difference? Why call it a disability? It's just different. It's sissy. So he's just wired differently. That's all. I mean, you and me don't think the same, but most of our brains function the same. Yeah, Teddy's don't. That's because of his difference. But that's what I call it. And that's why I get mad at him when he starts calling himself retarded or something like that. Or stupid. I'm like, no, stop. He's not. It just takes him longer to learn. That's all. But that's my point of view on it. Not everybody sees it the same way I do, though. I guess the dogs got a little excited a while ago. That's why the camera shook, because they bumped it. They got up to run outside. So I apologize for the moving of the camera there. Girls get a little rambunctious sometimes and hit anything that's in their path. Instead of getting up and walking around it, they try and run right through it. But they're still young. They're probably about a year old now. So they're still on the young side and still learning. Even though Izzy listens better than our other one. Of course, we're still working with him, and he's a little over a year old, because they told us he was 1 year old when we got him, and we've had him for a couple of months now. You're okay, JB Conway. JB Conway, we all get emotional sometimes, and we may not always know the reason behind it. And sometimes we just need a good cry to get it out. I mean, even I have my times where I just get overly emotional and don't know why. And I just have to have a good cry. He's doing good, JB Conway. He's asleep right now. He did have an incident with a mosquito the other night, and he's got little bites all over his little face. Poor little guy got ate up by a mosquito. But I've been putting some hydrocortisone on it to kind of keep the itching and stuff down. But he's good. I did wind up trimming his hair, so that was a challenge. Took both me and Daddy to get it done. But so we'll see if he sleeps the night. He's been sleeping a little better than he has been. So he's asking if you packed your jaw.
Oh no, I don't. I don't. Just got off of the making a phone call. to the for the off the phone call for the instructor. So I'll probably be going in at noon on the 19th.
No, it starts at noon.
Yeah,
Okay. So it'll be on noon to probably about
9.
6 to 9, something like that. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know they stay in grade paperwork and stuff like that.
yeah. Probably tell them about 9. That's when class ends.
Ooh, it's really gonna be a weird one if I start working nights. So there'll be about an hour because I'd start at 8 technically. And you can go to 8 to 8, so there'd be like an hour that you're not home, maybe, or an hour or two, depending on what time. Oh wow. So that's going to be an interesting one to figure out how to work and for him to be in school. Because daycares aren't only open until about 5 or 6. Okay. Okay, so we got something on that one to do. That's gonna be a challenge. Because but we'll find a way. We'll find a way. One way or another, we'll find a way. Trying to keep my head up about it. That's, it's challenging.
Now I gotta go get something to drink.
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
Just seeing Pooch's comment, thinking about me having some glass of tea.
Hey, at least he was thinking about tea, not tobacco. So that's the first on that one. But yeah, Piggy. I've had a few breakdowns trying to keep my head up, but it just things seem to kind of gotten worse on us. And we may not have our transportation for long because I cannot pay the payments anymore. So, but there's nothing I can do about it. I have to find a bus or something that can find our address because I tried to use what they call a sooner ride to when my car was down to take us to my son's appointment, and they said it's all automated, and they're like, we can't find that address or do not compute. I'm like, and I even tried saying it slower so they can understand, and they still said it. It's like, how in the heck do you not know where it's at? So I've had a few breakdowns. Not too proud of it, but I'm just trying to keep my head up the best I can and do what I can for my family. And that's one of the reasons why I'm pushing the soap so hard right now. So I'm sorry. But I've got to find some way to make some money for it. That, and I do enjoy making it. I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy making it. Just like when I was, even Teddy could tell when I was making the laundry detergent tonight. Sorry, my mouth was getting a little dry. But if I don't say nothing at all about it, then I'm not gonna sell any at all either. I would mention it again, but I've mentioned it 3 or 4 times already in the live, so some of you already know. If not, and you are interested, please just go back on a video later and you can find that way, because I don't want to make the others mad for saying it again. I believe I already have one out for the sugar scrub. I will try to get some out with the soap. I just haven't. Last time I made some was for the Peach Festival, so that was like back in July. So I still have several available. Unfortunately, some of them, because I did not keep better track of them than I did, I don't remember what the smells are. And so I do apologize, but I straight up put on the Facebook post, I straight up said some of them I don't remember what the smell was because of it. So I do apologize. Because each of them are a different smell. Then, of course, the original lye doesn't have any smell at all. I can make it with a smell, but I had some requests for the original lye soap. What is good for super dry elbows? Coconut oil is one of the best things you can use. That's it soaks up pretty fast, but it works pretty good on mine because, like, when I use this sugar scrub, I have, like I had mentioned earlier, I have eczema, so my skin is really, 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 really dry in the winter time. And if I use the sugar scrub with which I make with coconut oil on my legs and where it's dry, it generally lasts all day, and I don't have to put any lotion on or anything. So that's a good thing you can use, to just use a little bit of the sugar scrub on there. And I'm still looking into more ways to make it more hydrating, 'cause there are other oils too as well. I'm still learning, so of what's good for that stuff, but that's one thing you can use. And they say, non-scented if it's if you do have eczema, but I don't always stick to that because there are things like lavender that help with bacteria and funguses and stuff like that. So using natural lavender oil in my products also helps. And that's not the only one I use. I use different ones like eucalyptus, peppermint. I have a whole list since I already have. And if there's like a specific one somebody wants, like I didn't have honeysuckle for a while, and then I had a request for honeysuckle, so I was like, I told them, I said I don't have that one, but I can probably find it. It's just going to be a little bit before I can find it. So I searched around for it and I found it. And then when I had you're welcome, JB Conway, and I really do hope it helps you out. But I'm looking more into that stuff of what helps what, so that when you guys do ask me questions like JB did, that I can answer them properly. But everybody's also different. I know that it helps me, but you might be a little different. So I'm sorry if it doesn't. But like I said, it does help my skin with the sugar scrub, and should help with your dry elbows as well. That's why I'm digging into more research, so that when people ask me, I can say, okay, well, this is how it is. And I'm going to do a better logging system for when I make them. Because I didn't notice them when I started doing research for making my own shampoos, that there was so much tied into it for different reasons. So I'm keeping notes. And then I'm going to have a better logging system too. Because like my colors as of right now are just 3 or 4 basic colors. So if I have a purple lavender and a purple peppermint, and they're both the same design, I may not realize which one is which. But if I do like a lavender flower, it's purple, and a paw print is purple, then I'll know it's 2 different scents. I can generally make ones that are try to do it differently. The paw prints are a little smaller, so they're a little more like a bathroom hand soap. But you can use them for your body. I took one of the lye soap, and I use it on my son, and it's helping him a little bit with his dry skin. But I also heard that a lye soap is also good for poison ivy. Somebody had told me once that when they had poison ivy as a child, their grandmother used the original lye soap on them, and it helped get rid of the poison ivy. And that's one thing I didn't know. But anyway, stuff like that interests me. So I'm sorry if I'm rambling about it because it may not interest everybody here. So doing research like that and stuff for things like that, it's fun for me in a way, and it's something that I enjoy doing. So, but that's just the way I am. Everybody is different. Everybody has their own interests. Thank you, JB Conway. I am older than most people realize. Most people think I'm still in high school, which is not the case. I am older than high school age. If I told you my age, you probably wouldn't believe me. I actually had one girl not believe me, and she thought I showed her my license. She thought was lying on my license. So made a forgery of it, basically. No, I'm not that way. That'd get you in trouble for one. But she couldn't, when she realized that I wasn't lying, she was pretty shocked. So I'm a little bit older than you probably guys think I am, which would be kind of interesting how old y'all think I am. Teddy, don't you say anything. I know you know how old I am. But I'm interested in see what age y'all think I am. And Allison, if you're watching, don't you say nothing either, because I know you know. Don't. I want to see what they say. So how old do y'all think I am? Close, full blown. Stop it, Teddy.
Hey.
Anybody else? Okay. 28. 32 is closer than 28. Yes, Piggy, I know I'm younger than quite a few of y'all, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that in the most respectful way possible. But full blown was close. Actually, I'm 33, so you're close. One age number difference, and coming June I'll be 34. So
What? I didn't say a word. And I did not do nothing.
No, but you're trying to give hints over
And
there.
Noah was it? Maybe.
You were. I know how you are. Well, Piggy, yeah, that might be the case with you, but some people might. But I do hope that I didn't offend anybody. That's not my intentions. Well, happy early birthday, full blown. You know, my son's birthday is next month too, and he'll be a year old. So y'all have the same birthday month.
Yeah, mine's close to Halloween, so he said, "Peekaboo, here I am."
Yeah, he was born on the 29th of October, so he'll be October 29th. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do for his little birthday. I know it's not supposedly a big one, but he'll learn. I want him to have a little bit of fun. Not very many people I know have kids around his age. They're all older. So, might just, it's too cold to go swimming. Okay, so you're just a few days apart.
8 days apart.
Yeah. Piggy, you're right in a way. I mean, yeah, if you obscure the truth, then yeah, you're more likely to get upset about it. So yeah, you're not too far apart from my son's birthday. So I don't know, we might do like a little cookout in the backyard or something for him. Make him a hamburger patty and just let him tear it up and eat it. Something he can actually eat. I hesitate with chicken and stuff like that, so. Let's see, I don't know. I was trying to think if I know of anybody else's birthday in August. I get that one full blown. I get that one. I may not have taken the best care of myself, so yeah, I my body feels like it's older than it really is. But when you pick things up the wrong way or something like that, then yeah, it can age your body more in a way. That's okay. My dad's older than you, Piggy, so. And I'm not saying that to be mean to him. I love him to death. May not always agree, but I still love him. We've had our differences. Got into some headbutt fights and everything else, but don't mean I don't love him. But well, full blown, don't reach for that too fast, because then other ages will fly by, and yeah.
Pooch. When I get the age of retire, I'm gonna take up farming.
Yeah. Well, in a way, that's kind of what we're trying to do is farm. We just haven't been able to get very far because we've had setbacks, and we're kind of delaying getting more after the chickens, and the guineas got gobbled up because it's a possibility we may be moving, and I really don't. If we're going to be in a rental, they may not want those kind of animals, and traveling here every day from there might not be an option. So, yeah, he says when he gets there, he'll be more food.
Uh-huh.
Yes, JB Comfort. In a way, yes. But in order to live, you have to love too. Um, but we'll eventually get there. I mean, we're still on the younger side. We may not be as young as we once were, but we're on the younger side of things, and we're just trying to, figure out whether this move is going to be possible or not. We've hit a few roadblocks. But one, just concentrate on your shirts. You already got something to do. Just concentrate on those shirts and those hats. I'm not telling Teddy tonight. I would just love to go back to the older days.
Yeah,
where everything was locally grown and you provided for yourself basically. I think I believe her dogs.
And Pooch, you know whose hat this belongs to because my boy loves his show. Oh, David from Come On Homestead, my boy loves his show and likes him. So he took this hat from me. So, yeah.
That's okay. You've got others you can wear.
Yeah.
Occasionally, he'll steal one of our hats from us. Sister, settle down.
Come here, sister. Sissy. Sissy, come
on. It just wasn't meant to be. I had someone yesterday. Yes, Piggy. People are that way, and there are actually people who do milk the system. The thing is their system is not accurate, and so there are people who do milk the system and get away with it, and it's harder on people who actually need the disability and stuff like that to get it because of the fact that people who milk the system are milking the system. And it's not always the people that they think it is. But I'm sorry you got accused of that. That's not right of them. But and like the Bible says, treat others the way you want to be treated. It will come back on them one of these days, somehow, some way. When they need it, then that's probably when it's going to hit because they accused you. Yes, Fulton, you're very correct. There are people. There are always going to be people like that. Always. I mean, you can't get rid of them. Well, I mean, you can, but it's not going to be legal. Put it that way. And I wouldn't recommend doing it. Yeah, there are people that are that way, and it's sad that he chose to be foolish and ignorant to the truth. But he chose that, and like I said, it will come back on him. When he least expects it, it will come back on him. And it may not be you that makes him realize that. It might be somebody else. But that was his choice. Yes, JB Conway, they don't care to get a clue. And that's the thing. I mean, more and more people are getting that way, and it's sad. That's kind of the reason why I kind of miss the older days, looking back on the older ways and things like that, because you helped your neighbor, you and so, like, say if they needed meat and you had the meat but you needed vegetables and they had the vegetables, you could trade. You're helping each other out. Or say you just need your neighbor to watch your kid for a couple hours while you got something done, or things like that. Those days are pretty much done and gone, and people don't realize what, in a way, technology has done to us. I mean, yeah, it comes in handy for things like Pooch's job, but technology has also hurt us. There you go, Piggy. I mean, right there in paper or right over the phone. See, how is that? They're choosing to be their own God in a way. They think they know everything. And it may not be the case because times change. It's not the same as it used to be. Prices aren't what they used to be. Gas isn't definitely not 89 cents anymore, or even 10 cents anymore. So, I mean, sometimes we have to change with the times, but, like I said, or near the china cabinet either, full blown. Because if that's the case, then you in trouble. You definitely don't release a bowl in a glass house or or near a china cabinet, because things are going to get broke. So yeah, that's the truth. Because the only way to get a bull is get it by its horns, and that's even if you can. Oh, sorry. He was pulling some paper off an old can, and was like, I heard it and I couldn't figure out what it was. But so yeah, it's sad that your friend chose to be that way. But that was her choice, because I mean, even Teddy can prove his. I mean, it's any doctor will tell you that he's been to. Well, Piggy, I mean, he knew what she was doing. He knew she deserved it. And sometimes that's what you have to do. I mean, there was a lady I used to work with that I thought we'd never get along. And I just straight up told her one day. And after that, because she was being a little on the rude side and, kind of aggravating. And I just, I used her name and told her to quit being a hole instead of the, an A. I told her to quit being I used her name in a hole. just to kind of get her to. After that, she settled down. She wasn't that way towards me anymore. Sometimes you just got to tell people straight, and that's trying to sugarcoat things that don't work. It only makes it worse. I'm sure you would, Pooch. No, Piggy. He might have thought it was funny at the moment, then he realized in a way that that's his wife you're talking about, so that's why he didn't like it. But in ways, she needed it. That's the thing. She needed to know that wasn't right. And that she can't just go accusing people when she doesn't know the full story and she wants to be ignorant about it. Ask the story and then know, or watch their actions. I mean, if you say you can't work, then why would they be out doing jobs if they can't work? Yeah, Piggy, and sometimes you just have to let people go like that and not let them try to. And she might have laid into him when he got home. That's probably why. So she might have laid into him and got on to him for not sticking up for her. But in certain instances like that, no, he wasn't necessarily wrong for not sticking up for her. But I know how that is, Pooch, Piggy. There are people I know that are set in their ways and don't want to change it or listen to anything other different. And those type of people are hard to live with. So that may be it. So, but with it getting cooler, we might be able to work outside now. I know one of my projects is going to be making a stand for my rabbit's pins to get them off the ground for the winter, so they're not colder. And then I have to make wind blocks for them, so that when it comes time, it's really cold, I can just make wind blocks for them and keep the wind off of them so they can stay somewhat warm. Since I don't have a building that is regulated, put it that way. So I've got to build a stand to get them off the ground, and some wind blocks for them. And then right now we have a makeshift dog house as an old barrel, but that bends its metal. That's going to be really cold in the wintertime, so we're going to try to make him an actual dog house. Uh, yes, Pooch. Then exactly. That's why I am. Don't give me none. You don't get none from me. You dish it out, I'm going to dish it right back. But that's the thing about it. But so those are a couple of the projects we have coming up. Piggy probably would have. I mean, like you said, all that'd take is one look from Eileen. But maybe she would have straightened up faster too. You never know. But it's been gone almost 2 hours. But yeah, so it probably would have got ugly. I got Teddy over here falling asleep on me, so we might have to go pretty shortly. Eileen definitely knows how to defend herself. I'll give her that. And others. You're probably right, Piggy. You know Eileen better than we do, so you're probably right on that. I'm not gonna say you're not. It's like I said, you know her better than we do. But my looks though aren't as scary. Now, I'm more of a I might get you with my words. All right, JB Conway, you have a good night. And hopefully you find something to fill that stomach. Nah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. You too, JB Conway, and thank you for joining us. But yeah, I'm sure of it. And, until I get to a certain point, nobody takes me seriously. So even though I am serious, everybody thinks I'm joking. It's like, no, I'm not joking. I'm being flat out serious, and here you are stinking laughing at it. When it comes to my family too, I'll set anybody straight too. And that's the way it should be, Piggy. It should be that way about her too. If it comes to my family, I'll set you straight on it if you're not accurate on it. Because there was what she did was there was no reason for that. That was uncalled for. So in a way, she got her comeuppance. But she shouldn't have cheated her husband out, which I guarantee that's why he wasn't so happy today. Was because he got chewed out. Piggy, that's probably accurate. I mean, because if she's going to be that way and she's supposed to be your friend, why act that way? I mean, yes, a friend will tell you the truth about things, but to act like that and to be ignorant of the situation and choose to be ignorant of the situation, that is not your fault. That is theirs. She should have found out more facts before she went being accusatory. But yes, that might have been God's way of saying, hey, let her go. Well, yeah. I'm sure it would be a long conversation. That's the thing about it. I'll probably run until about 10, which would be about 10 more minutes because I'm winding down, and I know Tay's back here falling asleep on me as it is. So I'll probably run about 10 more minutes and end it at 10 and make it just 2 hours. And then, we'll see you next Thursday. If not, yes, Piggy. I mean, you're right. I mean, and when you do move, then it just makes it that much easier because you're not regretting moving away from a good friend. That's exactly it, Piggy. That's exactly it. But I'm more of a night owl than he is. He likes to go to bed about 8 or 9 o'clock, and I'm up till 11, 12 o'clock. So, and sometimes later, especially here lately. So that's exactly what it's thinking is cut off time. I'm ready for bed. I'm ready for you to come to bed. So that's exactly it. He's tired. So you kind of hit that one, the nail on the head on that one. And it looks like people are dropping off too. So that's probably a good indication that I need to slow down. Yeah, Piggy, you're right. It is sad. It really is. But when they choose to be a reprobate, that's on them. And that's not on you. And there's not anything really you could have done about it. But like you said, that's God's saying, let him go. So he like you said, he's doing you a favor. And he might be preparing y'all for a move too. Who knows? And I'm sad to say too that friends do come and go. There are people that I was friends with, and now I'm no longer friends with for reasons I'm not going to go into because I can't remember them all for one. But each one had its own reason why I'm not friends with them no more. Yes, Piggy, it is. That is on God's level. Only God can help them, and that is if they choose to ask for His help and allow Him to help. If they do not choose to allow Him to help, then they choose to stay in that reprobate mind. But I can actually say that there's one friend that, I've known for years. We barely even talk anymore, but that's because she's just got a really, really, really busy life. And that's okay. Because, I understand, and so we're still friends even though we don't talk. We talk once in a blue moon. So there are people like that too. But there's some that I just don't talk to because of their actions, and because, you know, um, they may have made my husband feel uncomfortable because they, flirting with me or whatever. So there's some that I just don't talk to him because of that. But because I want my husband to be comfortable with things, so he knows everybody I talk to, and if he doesn't know, and he asks me, I'll explain it to him. I don't care. But that's just the way we are. Biggie, age don't stop nobody. And I don't.
Piggy, age is just a number.
But I don't want the repercussions for Eileen. I wouldn't want the repercussions for Eileen, so we better stick clear of that one. I appreciate that, Piggy. I know you wouldn't. You might diss him in a playful way, but nothing serious like that. But like Tay said, age is but a number. Like I said, I don't know that I want to go up against Aileen. Well, I'll not necessarily diss, just because even I tease Teddy sometimes. I'll mess with them. Just like, what did I do to get you the other day? I did something that got him pretty good. What was that?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I can't even. I don't remember what it was. Sad. Maybe I'll remember by our next live, and I can tell y'all. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure you should make sure you pay for it. Because that's your significant other. That's your other half. Just like Teddy's mine. We might have our differences and might scuffle from time to time, but I love him. I wouldn't trade him. And he's mine. So I'm not interested in anybody else but him. Everybody else can just kind of scoot along. And on your feet hurting? Wait, did you still have your boots on? You left your boots on too long. You normally got them off by now. And Piggy, that's the way it should be. She should be your everything. I mean, and if she's not, then something's wrong. And that's what most people take for granted, is they don't realize that their significant other is their everything, their world. That's sad, really. But this one's mine right here. This is my world right here, along with my son. And and like I said, I wouldn't trade him. Like I said, we might scuffle a time or two. I'm winding down. I'll be there in a minute. But so yeah, if you're not treating your significant other, like you should, then you guys need to refigure it out. And I'm winding down. He's going to get in the shower so he can, his way of winding down for bed, and he'll probably go lay down. So I'm going to let y'all go. Thank y'all for showing up tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed, even though it was all. Yes, he is. He's about to fall asleep. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope y'all had a good night and enjoyed. And we'll see y'all next week, unless I forget by accident. But y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week.